You're watching the All-State Saturday Kickoff on ESPN. Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the undefeated North Texas Mean Green, 4-0 and humming on offense, one of the top offenses in the country, taking on South Alabama this morning out of the Sun Belt Conference. Howdy, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Alongside my partner, Dustin Fox, Matt Schumacher. Partner, good to be back in the saddle with you.
Good to be back with you, partner. They do things bigger and better in Texas, right? And as the late, great Toby Keith once said, should have been a cowboy.
And that's what we're playing today. The real cowboy in Denton has been the Denton Desperado at quarterback, a former walk-on turned six-string turned starter, and now one of the top quarterbacks in FBS, Drew Mestemacher.
Well, if there's things you could say about this young man, he's poised, he's polished, he's a playmaker. And folks, he never even started a game in college until last season in the bowl game. And thus far this season, he's been absolutely near perfect. 10 touchdowns on the season, 0 interceptions. They're 26 of 27 in the red zone, scoring nearly every time they get inside the red zone. This is really fun to watch this young man. The story is unbelievable. The former walk-on is now turned starting quarterback, replacing Chandler Morris, and what he's been able to do so far is nothing short of miraculous. Has the Mean Green at 4-0 this season.
One of 3 FBS quarterbacks with 10 or more touchdowns and no interceptions. And what a challenge today will be for Major Applewhite and his defense, which has been a top 20 pass defense in the country this year, but they are without their best pass cover in the secondary. Ty Goodwill at safety, he is out today. And Eric Morris, whose offenses have been historically terrific this season, no different. They are top 10 in the FBS, averaging 47 points per game over their first 4 contests. Here we go from Denton, Texas. Last non-conference regular season matchup before league play begins in earnest. North Texas won the toss, elected to defer, so we will see Bishop Davenport, a Spring, Texas native, second-year transfer from Utah State. Dustin Fox making his first collegiate start in the state of Texas.
Yeah, this is a big one for Bishop Davenport, having an opportunity to come back home, play in front of some family, some friends, and you're playing a really good football team, a team that a lot of folks here in college football are starting to talk a little bit about, the North Texas Mean Green, and a chance for the Jaguars, Matt, at 1-3 to really turn some heads and really turn their season back around.
Fake the run, dump it down to Miller McCrumbie, the tight end transfer from Arkansas State, where he led them in receiving in 2023. That's a South Alabama team whose 1-3 record is very deceiving. They gave Tulane everything they could handle and more, a 2-point loss. And they gave Auburn a tight game on the road at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, they played with some of the big boys. I mean, they nearly could have come away with a victory versus Tulane. Game they had an early lead
on the field because the chain gang has a broken stick.
Oh, okay. Well, off to a good start.
Miller McCrumbie, 6'3", 234, coming into your living room.
Well, they have backup chain somewhere in the building.
They're bringing them across the field right now.
There you go.
That's interesting. Major Applewhite told us, you know, they had a 4-minute stretch in their loss against Coastal Carolina this past week. That was the worst 4-minute stretch he's been a part of as a head coach. 8-point game. They get the ball back with 4:27 to play. They go pick, fumble, game over. Despite being 1-3, despite losing last week 38-20, they feel like their team is right on the cusp of being highly competitive and winning games.
Yeah, they've certainly been there. I mean, that score last week is, I don't think, indicative of how the game had gone.
Fake it to Kentrell Bullock. Back to Miller McCrumbie, who was in motion and hurdles a man out across the 40 over the head of Davion Armstead. Gain of 15 and a first down for South Alabama.
Boy, I always get so nervous when these guys jump and leave their feet to hurdle somebody, but man, it is impressive, the athleticism right there by a young man who's 6'3", 235 pounds to defy gravity.
Zipped and nearly picked off by Davion Armstead, one of 5 starters transferring over from Sam Houston State following new defensive coordinator Skylar Cassidy. And that is one of the things that North Texas has improved upon massively this year. Their defense in all facets, but particularly in the pass game. Keeper for Bishop Davenport, and he moves the chains. Dustin, that was one of the things that Skylar Cassidy talked about coming into this game, the dual threat ability of Bishop Davenport.
Well, listen, he's the second leader in terms of rush attempts on the entire team outside of Kentrell Bullock, their starting running back. So he's going to get some carries. And you see right there early in the ball game an opportunity to move the chains, pick up the first down, and now inside Mean Green territory.
Sends Anthony Eager in motion. First carry of the game for Kentrell Bullock. Second leading rusher in the Sun Belt Conference, trailing only Rashad Dubinion at Appalachian State.
You know, the goal of Major Applewhite, he told us this week, Matt, was every drive is to get 2 first downs. And if they can do that, they can help keep the offense of the Mean Green off the field. How about this one?
That throw. Hitting Devin Voisin inside the 10 and finally dragged down. It is 1st and goal for the Jags, their 3rd first down pickup of this opening drive.
Yeah, they keep the chains moving and they go to their top target, Devin Voisin on the outside, who's had some big plays this season. And this is one of the biggest. There's no doubt about that. I mean, going to their top target on the outside, and Matt, they have a chance here, you know, within the first 3 minutes of the ball game to deliver an early punch to the Mean Green.
Gain of 37. Keeper. And Davenport stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Ethan Weslowski, the 2nd leading tackler for the Mean Green defense.
Well, one thing that I told you before the game, Matt, that I wanted to keep an eye on throughout this ball game, especially early, is this 11 a.m. local kick. And I wanted to see how North Texas would respond. You know, it's a game where it's kind of sandwiched in between their bye week and a big matchup with South Florida coming up here on October 10th. And that is going to be a huge matchup, but they better not look past these Jaguars because they are coming here to make some noise. Got to think it's probably 4-down territory here, Matt, inside the 5-yard line. They sort of learned the hard way last week when they settled for 3 against Coastal Carolina when they were down inside the 5-yard line. They had a poor snap. They had to settle for 3. It really kind of cost them the game. It spiraled from there. So big sequence here, these next 2 plays.
Third and goal. Davenport will take off. And he is stopped at about the 2.5-yard line, bringing up 4th down. What does Major Applewhite decide to do? And it appears he's going to keep his offense on the field.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about this. I mean, the worst case scenario here is you turn it over on downs and they've got to go 98 yards. You know, it's not an opportune situation for North Texas to take the football over here and have to go, you know, nearly the entire length of the field. But nonetheless, here 4th and 2. 4th and goal from the 2, Matt. Got to think that Davenport's probably going to be the ball carrier, don't you think?
They have
at least on RPO
times this year in the red zone. Davenport capes and plunges in for a touchdown on 4th down. And the Jags strike first in Denton.
Well, clearly, early in the game, you can see the emphasis here by Paul Petrino, Major Applewhite and company here in South Alabama to get the young man, Bishop Davenport, the local kid from Texas, from the state of Texas, Spring High School, by way of Utah State, to come out with a red-hot start to this ball game. Well, Matt, how about this? Early kickoff, no problem for the South Alabama Jaguars. They go 10 plays, 71 yards in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's 7-zip. from Denton.
The Allstate Saturday Kickoff is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands. And Walt Disney World Resort, the most magical place on earth.
Welcome back on a gorgeous Saturday morning from Denton, Texas. Third home game of the year for the North Texas Mean Green, and for the first time this season they find themselves trailing at home. After a fantastic opening drive by South Alabama, they went 10 plays, 71 yards for a touchdown. Now we see Drew Mestemaker, who has handled adversity exceptionally well so far this year. Dustin Fox, of the 11 starters from the class of 2024 this year in college football, he's the only who began his career as a walk-on.
Wow. We have a million stats I think we can give today throughout the broadcast on Drew Mestemaker and his unique journey to becoming the starting quarterback here at North Texas. But just remarkable that he's been able to do this with such a lack of experience.
All day to throw. Clean pocket. He'll get out of it momentarily and finds his man, Miles Coleman, a youth teammate, a high school teammate, and now his collegiate roommate at North Texas.
Yeah, they've certainly made a connection here at North Texas, going all the way back to their Pop Warner days.
Swing pass goes to Coleman, finds the edge, but the flag comes in. Might have been a hold on Trey Williams, the tight end.
Yeah, it is. Six is going to get a handful of jersey here on the outside on corner Javon Henderson, number 2 for South Alabama.
Offense, number 3, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, these teams met last year, Dustin Fox. This is the speed we anticipated. North Texas did a lot of damage with tempo.
Yeah, well, I think there was 2 holds there. I think there was a hold by Trey Williams, and there was a hold, Matt, by Simeon Evans, the receiver. They called out number 3 there on the broadcast, but nonetheless, they at least got one of them right.
How well does South Alabama defend the tempo? Big question today as UNT goes to the ground for the first time this morning.
Feels weird to say this morning, right?
It
During a football broadcast. It feels like it should be the middle of the afternoon, but here local time, we're just after 11 a.m., 11:21 to be exact.
3rd down and 6 for a North Texas offense that in back-to-back seasons has been top 25 in the FBS in total O.
Second in the American on 3rd downs this season at about 53%.
Blitz comes, picked up over the middle, hits Wyatt Young. Still going. Young dragging tacklers inside the 35.
And Wesley Miller, one of the safeties for South Alabama, is down.
This all doesn't play as a first
A lot of
down.
pain here at about the 50-yard line. And he's one of the young men who missed the tackle, misses one of the tackles there down the field. This would be a huge loss for a secondary, Matt, that's already without Ty Goodwill, excuse me.
And Wesley Miller, their only defensive player with a interception this year, tied for the team lead in tackles.
And how many tackles does Wyatt Young break down the field? I counted about 4 or 5. Until
And you
McKenzie gets him down there, and then take a look at Wesley Miller coming off with a little bit of help.
And you hope, if you're a South Alabama fan, that he's able to come back into the game, because if not, you're down arguably your 2 best secondary players.
Well, and Wesley Miller was the lone returning starter from a starting defense a season ago. So they're with a lot of youth back there, some inexperience, some guys that have played at other schools, but certainly not played here for this defense. And this is a very, very big drive for both teams, Matt, because South Alabama, they came out, they go right down the field in their defense, which has been an issue this season at times. Let's see if they can bow up and get a stop.
Toss underneath. Goes nowhere for Miles Coleman. By the way, Cole Blaylock, the redshirt sophomore from Mobile, comes in at free safety for Wesley Miller. Miles Coleman, the leading wide receiver for this North Texas team that really spreads it around. 12 different players have scored touchdowns through 4 games. That's tied for 3rd most in the country so far.
Yeah, I don't remember, Matt, prior to a game looking at a depth chart of wide receivers where we've seen so many guys that have had production in just 4 games.
Mestemaker dancing out of trouble. Now steps up, decides to run. And he is twisted out of bounds by Darius McKenzie. Tracking him from the linebacker position brings up another 3rd down.
Boy, how about the amount of time that Mestemaker has to throw this football and look downfield and decipher what the defense is doing, and then at the end of the day decides to just take off and go. And it takes a very athletic play by Darius McKenzie to even get there. Otherwise, I think Mestemaker may have ran for a 1st down.
McKenzie McGill in the backfield. Trey Williams, the motion man. Quick zip, hits Simeon Evans.
Going to be a little
near
short,
the 1st
Matt.
down marker, and he will be a yard short, Dustin Fox.
Yeah, he's going to be just about a little less than a yard. And there's no doubt they're going to go quick, Matt. Mestemaker's going to come up to the line of scrimmage here and hurry up on 4th and inches.
They go to the ground. McKenzie McGill stumbling ahead, now churning forward, keeping that momentum, and he drives the defense into the red zone.
Tremendous effort by McGill, who's about 202 pounds, but he's only 5'9". So you can see that low center of gravity. He's tough to get a body on, and just powers through the line of scrimmage for the 1st down. And now they're in the red zone, Matt. This is the money area of the field. A lot of green here in North Texas. And we're not just talking about the field and the money that's nearby. We're talking about this team is money in the red zone.
Some trickery. Miles Coleman with a convoy. He will score! North Texas on the board on an 18-yard run by Miles Coleman. The 22nd red zone touchdown this year, tied with Indiana for most in the country.
22 touchdowns now in the red zone is crazy. In just 4 games in a half a quarter. For a team last year, Matt, that was about 70% in the red zone, they're clipping about 93% this year, partner. We got a tie ball game. Tight one here from North Texas.
Faced his first home deficit of the season for just a very brief moment. His offense going right down the field and scoring as they have all year, Dustin, and frankly, as they have under Morris, no matter where he has been as a coach. Was the Texas Tech offensive coordinator for a number of years. Coached Patrick Mahomes, of course, had Cam Ward under his tutelage at Incarnate Word, then Washington State. He comes here now in his 3rd season and has racked up ridiculous offensive numbers. Top 10 in the FBS in back-to-back seasons in total offense. And they are certainly a team to watch out for in terms of college football playoff group of 5 qualifiers. Have a chance today to go 5-0 for the first time in 66 years.
It's crazy to think about that it's been that long since the once Eagles of North Texas, at the time they were the Eagles, were 5-0. They end up going 8-0 that year. Beat New Mexico State in a bowl game and had a tremendous season. But you saw those quarterbacks that Coach Morris has had the opportunity to coach. Those have been some good ones that certainly have paved the way for his opportunity here at North Texas.
And Chandler Morris.
How about last night, man?
Quarterback in the American last year. Just pulled off one of the biggest upsets in college football last night. Virginia taking down Florida State in double overtime. And now South Alabama offense comes back onto the field.
South Alabama. This is their first
timeout as the play clock was winding down. But their first offensive drive looked really good. On that opening drive, took the early lead. As we take a look at our Fansville College football update, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Chandler Morris, who spent last year at North Texas, last night was phenomenal. despite 3 interceptions, led them to a victory with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, typically a 3 interception game by your starting quarterback would get you an L, but he played so well in other aspects of the game, and obviously Virginia was lights out in terms of getting the big stops they had to have and being good on special teams, all those things. But fun game to watch, and certainly, you know, I'm sure the North Texas folks here, and including Jordan Davis, the OC we talked to yesterday, said they were going to be watching, taking a peek at the Cavaliers last night.
Anthony Eager ran into his own man, who was out on the edge blocking. I believe that was Wood with the block.
It's a big hit here on the outside. I mean, just takes a bit of a blow. He's kind of getting blocked into him, but no gain.
Up the middle, nice gain on 2nd down for P.J. Martin, a little recruited running back from New Orleans, Louisiana, getting significant snaps for the first time in his career this season. Brings up 3rd and short.
Well, this is going to be important, Matt. We talked about the 2 first downs they would like to try to get offensively every drive. That would be considered a win for them. Well, 3rd and a very manageable 2 here for the Jags.
Pressure comes. Davenport was hit, and he overshoots his intended target, Jeremy Scott. And South Alabama's offense down their 3rd wide receiver today, Brendan Jenkins. He is in concussion protocol. So injuries on both sides of the ball, and their 2nd drive results in a 3-and-out.
I'm surprised by them taking the shot on 3rd and 2, Matt, and here's why. It's a very manageable down and distance to run the football, and if you don't get it, like maybe it's 4th and inches, you could go for it. But typically when you take a shot like that, you've got 2 plays in mind, and now they're going to punt on 4th and 2, which is obviously unfortunate for them. As we talked about those 2 first downs to try to keep North Texas off the field, that's not going to happen here.
Miles Coleman breaks a tackle and is dragged down from behind after a gain of maybe 10. The first punt return yards allowed all year by the South Alabama punt unit. North Texas will try to take the lead when we come back in Denver. big day of college football rolls on later this afternoon, 3:30 Eastern. Battle of undefeateds, 4th-ranked LSU, 13th-ranked Ole Miss, then Georgia, Bama. Georgia Bulldogs putting their 33-game home win streak to the test against number 17 Bama, and then Colorado hosts number 25 BYU on ESPN in the nightcap. Matt Schumacher, Dustin Fox with you. North Texas football tied at 7. 5:42 to go in the first quarter. And Caleb Hawkins with a nice game. Boy, was he an all-star in their overtime victory against Army West Point last week, Dustin Fox. 4 touchdowns. He's the reigning American Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, that was an Al Bundy performance there. The 4 touchdowns.
What a pass. It's a wide open man, and that's Miles Coleman, rather Cameron Dorner, sifting past defenders. Estemaker still perfect, 6 for 6 to start the game.
Man, he is just so accurate. It makes the game look easy, you know. Just watching him play, his poise back there. He's got great size. You know, it's 6'4", 211 he's listed at. But, man, he's just a fluid athlete, too.
Well, it's a remarkable story for a young man that started 1 season of high school football as a quarterback. That was his freshman year on the B team. Spent the last 2 seasons of high school football as a safety and a punter. Had no game film. And yet here he is a couple of years later, one of the best quarterbacks in Division I.
Well, if that doesn't speak to resilience and like not giving up and believing in yourself, I don't know what does. If you're a young kid out there watching, I mean, that is, Drew Estemaker is a great story.
A hard hit by Blaine Myrick, the preseason Defensive Player of the Year in the Sun Belt. Put that one on Caleb Hawkins.
This is the first real opportunity, I think, that the Jaguars have a chance to maybe get off the field here. 3rd and about 7. I call it 8.
It's an area in which they have struggled this year, 124th in the country in 3rd down defense. 3rd and 7, pressure up the middle, and Estemaker overshoots his intended target, but a flag comes in. Nehemiah Chandler on the coverage of Terrence Lewis.
I mean, there was contact. I can't believe the flag was thrown because the ball, I mean, the contact didn't affect, in my opinion, didn't affect his ability to make the catch.
Defense, number 18. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It was the perfect play call by defensive coordinator Will Wyndham, but the penalty negates it.
I mean, you'll see the contact does occur a little early, but I mean, I don't know.
Didn't look like a catchable ball.
That was my point. I mean, I don't think if he's out there running on air, he's going to catch that pass. I love getting a giggle out of you.
Moves the chains again for North Texas. Delayed handoff goes to Hawkins, and a flag comes in, likely a hold, and this is coming back.
Holding, offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, the coaching staff told us Caleb Hawkins, a true freshman from Shawnee, Oklahoma, would start to get more carries, Dustin Fox, because of performances like this.
You got to earn those opportunities, right? I mean, Mackenzie McGill's sort of been the guy, and they got some other guys that have certainly rotated in there, but Hawkins, you know, is an under-recruited player. He's getting us more reps and just earning those opportunities, and certainly is earning those opportunities today.
They go to him again. Just a hard runner. That's one of the things that Eric Morris told us he liked so much about his freshman running back. And you mentioned being under-recruited. Great high school track and field athlete. State champion in the long jump. But he had just one Division I offer in football. It was North Texas.
Yeah, it's sort of surprising, you know, and how they found him. The relationship between Patrick Cobbs, the running back coach in Oklahoma, you know, goes all the way back there. And just those little connections can create a pathway to a player, you know, becoming a star.
Estemaker underneath, hits Dorner, former Division II star at Shepherd University in West Virginia, makes it third and more manageable after the tackle by Dalton Hughes.
You see South Alabama taking their time to get their substitutions in here to match the subs by the Mean Green. And a huge third down here, because this is just kind of borderline field goal range too. So maybe if they don't get it, they'd consider going for it on fourth.
Pressure again, picked up by McGill. Great extra block by McGill, allowed that pass to get off, incomplete. And South Alabama's defense bows up. But
they're going to bring out Nguma.
The field goal unit will come out.
Heck of a blitz pickup here by McGill as South Alabama's trying to bring the pressure. You can see McGill right there, steps into the blitz pathway, and big stop. We'll see if they can convert this field goal opportunity here, Matt, from call it 42?
43 officially for Cauley Nguma, his longest of the year, 28 yards. No good. Wide right for Nguma. And South Alabama's defense comes up with a big win, forcing fourth down and a missed field goal.
Well, it seemed like for a moment North Texas kind of got bailed out with that pass interference call on that long third down that was not complete. They come right back. There's a holding penalty, kind of backs them up, and then they're forced to kick this field goal and just pushes it a little bit to the right. Never really curls back in, and now that's something you have to consider for the rest of the game if you're Eric Morris and the North Texas staff. When you approach that red zone, how close do you want to get and how much do you trust your kicker?
Bishop Davenport and South Alabama back out for their third drive. Interesting, Dustin, that to open the game, both offenses marched right down the field. Their second drives both stalled. Out of these next 2 minutes to close out the first quarter, wind up for South Alabama that moved very quickly on their first touchdown drive. Bishop Davenport keeps, and no gain on the tackle by Shane Witter. A legit NFL prospect at the linebacker position for North Texas. Brings up 3rd and 5. Paul Petrino, first-year offensive coordinator, replacing Rob Ezel, who left for Wake Forest. Adjusting to 8 new offensive starters this year for South Alabama. Davenport. Miscommunication. There were 2 wide receivers in the area, including Jeremy Scott and Rod Gibbs. And it results in another 3 and out.
Well, and it's a big stop for North Texas, and now for South Alabama, that's back-to-back 3 and outs. So in terms of reaching those goals of getting a first down or 2, not coming close on these last couple of drives. So North Texas is going to get the football back. Probably going to have pretty good field position here, Matt, as we have the second quarter looming.
Alexi Pulkkinen. Unfavorable bounce on a 28-yard punt. North Texas will start near midfield for their 3rd drive. Well, tomorrow on Sunday NFL Countdown, Chris Berman, the great Chris Berman, sits down with Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni before the Eagles take on the Bucs. Boy, how good has Baker Mayfield been? And then behind the scenes in Dallas, Green Bay comes to town. Micah Parsons returns to the Big D for a big-time showdown in the NFL on Sunday. Coverage begins with Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
What would be a good Chris Berman nickname for Baker Mayfield? Baker the touchdown maker?
Oh, I like that. You should tweet at him. Kenzie McGill moving the pile. They're going to give him forward progress and a gain of 5. Certainly North Texas has made a concerted effort to run the football this year. They feel like the offensive line is the best it's been in Eric Morris's tenure.
Well, and Eric Morris told us this week, he said they must run the football to win championships. He did a study of all the teams he's been a part of, and you know, they've had success through the air. It doesn't mean they're going to win championships. You've got to be able to run the rock.
And it's interesting too, we chronicled his journey from Texas Tech, air raid principles, under the Mike Leach tree, played for Mike Leach, coached under Mike Leach. And so there is certainly a large air raid influence in this offense. But to your point, to win championships, which is his goal here at North Texas, got to be able to run the football.
Here's another big third down.
Fake it to McGill underneath. Simeon Evans hammered at the 50. Is this 4-down territory for North Texas?
By Brian Dillard in the back end, number 16, to knife in there and make the stop.
Morris is going to leave his offense on the field for now. They do not have to run a play here. They can let this wind down to the end of the first quarter if they choose.
I'd try to make them jump off sides here, and then you have to have the free timeout with the quarter break.
They go for it on 4th and 2. Mestemaker in trouble. Somehow hits Landon Sides, who twists out across the 40-yard line. And the gamble pays off to extend the drive at the conclusion of the first quarter.
Terrell Johnson was in the face of Drew Mestemaker, and the pressure was there. But Mestemaker does just enough to buy himself a little bit more time. And on the outside, Landon Sides, 22, ends up getting open on the crosser. Fresh set of downs. We come back 7-all from Denton, Texas.
Tied at 7 in North Texas as we get set to start the second quarter. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State captain, Dustin Fox. Third down conversion, extending the drive at the end of the quarter for Mestemaker. Back to throw, takes a shot, and overshoots Miles Coleman. And Christopher Wallace Jr. in coverage. There were some groans in the stadium. Thought there could have been contact there, but well defended by Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace, who's filling in place of Ty Goodwill, number 7, who's out today, Matt, battling those shoulder issues that he's sort of been dealing with the last couple of weeks. It's nice to see Christopher Wallace Jr. making a big play there on that first down throw. Excuse me, if I could talk.
Oh, miscommunication there. Miles Coleman runs into the motion man Landon Sides, and it results in a loss of 4.
Matt, there was just bodies flying everywhere in the backfield there. It seemed like at some point you may just see a ball squirt out. It did not, however, luckily for the Mean Green, as the play was made right there in the backfield by Tyler Thomas.
And how about this? Again, South Alabama's defense in a bend don't break situation as they were on the last drive, forcing a missed field goal. Now 3rd down and long here.
I would be bringing some pressure on Mestemaker. He's had way too much time to throw in the last few 3rd downs. Does not appear they're going to.
Needs 14 yards. Feels the pressure nonetheless. Looking for openings. Cannot find it, and he's brought down in the backfield. A sack by Tyler Thomas.
It's just such a good job by the Jaguars defensive line, Matt. They run a little bit of a twist, which creates some initial pressure, makes Mestemaker a little uncomfortable as he steps up, but then he realizes, oh, no one's open down the field. And then you have a defender, Tyrell Johnson, who's knocked down in the play, gets up, doesn't give up on the snap, and then 3 defenders corral Mestemaker. Yes, it takes 3 guys to get him on the ground. That's how good he is. But a big stop for the Jaguars defense.
First punt of the day for Sawyer Evans. Has Devin Voisin back deep. Will fair catch it at about his own 7-yard line. A long field after the 46-yard punt. Can South Alabama find some momentum on offense after back-to-back stops by their D? Welcome back to the American Conference on ESPN. Second quarter in Denton, Texas, tied at 7. South Alabama handed North Texas its first home deficit of the season, scoring on their opening drive. But since then, Dustin Fox, 2 3-and-outs. What has changed for South Alabama?
Well, the biggest change was on the opening drive, they had a 36-yard throw and catch to Devin Voisin that put him basically inside the red zone. They've got to have some more chunk plays and be able to put themselves in manageable second and third downs. You know, and right there, you just pick up about a yard or two on first down. I get it, you're kind of backed up here, so you want to be a little conservative. But you've had, now the last 2 drives, Matt, have been 3-and-outs. They have to get a first down here on this drive just to try and help out their defense. Give him a 4-yard gain in there. I was a little off on my spot from up here.
There's Keenan Phillips. He is dragged down in the backfield, a TFL. Loss of 4. And a tackle made by Sadiq Clements, who's getting more run today due to the injury to Fateh Vailea.
A heck of a job by North Texas getting in there. And you said it, partner. Great pronunciation by you. I don't have to do it again. Heck of a play.
3rd and 10. Three-man rush. Davenport delivers a strike. It is Voisin on another chunk play for a first down.
Well, when you need a play and you're South Alabama and you're Bishop Davenport, you're looking, where's number 1 at? And you can see it's just a deep in route, and he comes wide open down the middle. It's not an easy throw. In fact, it had to have some pace on it, and it had just enough to be delivered for the first down. That is a huge, huge conversion, Matt.
His second catch of 20 yards or more today. Phillips picks up 1 or 2. Certainly South Alabama's offense has been best this year when delivering explosive plays. They now have 18, Dustin, of 20 yards or more this season.
That's impressive. And they're going to need more of those, because I just don't know that like long sustained drives are going to do it against this very talented North Texas defense that has just only gotten better and better.
The best pass defense in the American Conference, top 15 in the country.
All right, so now another third down here for South Alabama. It's manageable, 3rd and 5 or 6. The one thing I really liked on the opening drive, though, and maybe they go back to this here on this third down, is how about some Bishop Davenport quarterback runs? Or at least give him an opportunity to kind of move the pocket and decide whether to throw or run.
Has time, now flushed, has a seam, and a first down. Bishop Davenport all year has been their second leading rusher in terms of attempts. And a couple times today has used his legs to extend drives.
And this is great. I mean, you go an empty set here, and the Mean Green are going to sit back and play coverage. And Davenport's like, okay, fine, that's easy. I'll just step up, show off a little athleticism, and smartly slides, doesn't take a hit. I thought he was going to slide a little early, but just gets past the line to gain.
First-year starter replacing Gio Lopez now at North Carolina. That was a miscommunication there, and he runs it out of bounds. Loss of 2. Half the offense didn't realize the ball had been snapped.
Well, thankfully, Bishop Davenport did, and just does the best job he possibly can to just try to get back to the line of scrimmage. There was a lot of confusion there. I don't know what was going on there.
Well, remember last week in their loss to Coastal Carolina, there were some issues with the snap.
And Preciado is the center, who's been a little bit banged up, but he's in there. And there was certainly some miscommunication there, Matt. That's going to put him here on 2nd and long.
P.J. Martin on the carry. It makes it 3rd and more manageable after the tackle by Sam Houston transfer Trey Fields.
Here you go. Now 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. On that opening drive, you asked another question about what was so different about that drive. They also got Miller McCrumbie involved, the tight end.
He's a big target. Maybe look for him here on 3rd and 7.
Oh, it's intercepted over the middle of the field. Picked off by Ethan Weslowski. And the football's out at the end of the play.
I think he may have been down before after the ball came out. I think he was down before.
Regardless, it was recovered by Ethan Day. That's the 11th forced turnover of the season for the Texas, best in the country. And they start in plus territory.
I actually thought he was going to have McCrumbie, open off to the left side. Instead, he turns back, and boy, it's got to be hard to see with all those green jerseys kind of mixed in there with the green fields and everything in the background.
Ball
Just
will
a
be
lot of
down
green
at
and
the
white.
33-yard line.
When you're trying to
First
find
down,
your
North
guy in
Texas.
the white jersey, and he found the wrong color jersey right there.
This defense completely revamped in the offseason with a real intentionality for turning the football over, and boy, has that worked out for defensive coordinator Skylar Cassidy, who led one of the top defenses in the country last year at Sam Houston State. He comes here to North Texas, where they've done a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin celebrations in 4 games and change.
Another beer?
Of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin, former football star.
Yeah.
Landon Sides bouncing off bodies, pushing inside the 20. A gain of 18 for Landon Sides, finally healthy after he missed the opening week with an injury. And I beg your pardon, that was Caleb Hawkins on the carry.
Well, Hawkins shows off a little bit of a stone cold run here, breaking tackles and carrying defenders.
There he is again, shooting over to the right side, gain of 7. And this North Texas team has been so dangerous when turning the football over because they score points off turnovers. They have scored on 9 of 10 attempts after their defense has turned it over. Can they do it again? We find out next. In Denton, Texas, where another safety is down for South Alabama, Cole Blaylock, who came in to replace Wesley Miller, exited exiting the field with assistance. And this is already a defense that's down their starting rover, Ty Goodwill. So now 3 safeties out. And the Purdue transfer, Anthony Brown, will come in for Blaylock at free safety. Against one of the most dangerous pass offenses in the country. 2nd and 3. Hawkins picks up a first down. Goal to go for North Texas.
Well, certainly going to be interesting to see how South Alabama is able to respond now being down so many guys in the back end. You know, we're talking about your 2 starting safeties, a backup free safety. Now you're on to your 3rd string safety, so you got a backup and a 3rd teamer in there at your strong and free, and there you go, touchdown.
Hawkins shedding tacklers. His 5th rushing touchdown in the last 2 weeks. North Texas, their first lead of the game.
Well, who's ever in the game now for the Jaguars, they've got to buckle their chin straps, Matt, because North Texas smells a little blood in the water, and they're going to try to take advantage of it in every way possible by running the football with Caleb Hawkins, Mackenzie McGill, and then, of course, picking their opportunities to take shots down the field as well. Their offense is already too talented to go up against a really banged-up secondary. It's going to be fascinating to see how they respond. It's certainly the South Alabama.
"11 times this year, North Texas has gotten the football after a turnover. They've scored on 10 of those tries. They take their first lead of the game. And as we welcome you back to Denton, Texas, Matt Schumacher, the former defensive back captain at Ohio State, Dustin Fox, if you're on defense and you know when you win the football and your offense is likely going to go score, how much more confidence does that give you on that side of the football?
Well, I mean, it's confidence all the way around. There's a mistake by special teams in North Texas. They'll have good starting field position, the Jaguars, that is, as the kick goes out of bounds. But no, Matt, to your point, I mean, it 100% gives you confidence. And you know, when you get a short field as an
Free
offense,
kick out of bounds.
your mouth should
Kicking
salivate.
team number 40. Ball
If
be
you're,
placed
for
at the
those
35-yard
offensive
line.
linemen and you're
First
the
down,
quarterback
South
for
Alabama.
Mestemaker, like you're thinking, man, we've got a short field. We're getting points like right now. Talk about improvement, though. I mean, look at what the defense has done here under Skylar Cassidy, who has just been hired this past offseason. I mean, you've turned this thing around pretty much completely in a season, and a lot of it has to do with some of the transfers that have come with him from Sam Houston.
Pitch to Keenan Phillips, tackled by Evan Jackson, the leading returning tackler from last year's defense, which was one of the worst in FBS. Skylar Cassidy has come in, brought some of his guys with him from Sam Houston, and has orchestrated the 4th best defensive improvement in FBS over the first 4 weeks and change. 2nd and 7 for South Alabama. Kentrell Bullock makes it 3rd and 5. They had a pair of 3rd down conversions on their last drive, which ended in an interception right around this area of the field.
This is sort of like a must keep the drive alive type of drive. You know what I mean? This is a big play here, 3rd and 5. You can pick up half this. I mean, I'd consider going for it on 4th.
Pressure in the face of Bishop Davenport. Was that an incomplete pass? Yes. Will Jones with the knockout. Boy, had that not happened from Will Jones, that's a 1st down catch for South Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, this should have been caught as he turns around. Just a really good job by Will Jones, the second, number 0. Gets his helmet, his face mask, like right on the football. And now they got to punt the ball away. And they had really good starting field position because of the penalty, and they get nothing out of it.
Almost blocked. Polkinen gets it away. Miles Coleman goes down to the seat of his pants to make that catch. 36-yard punt.
Well, Matt, next week we have 2 Monday Night Football matchups. Jets and Dolphins, AFC East rivals. They're going to square off at a special start time of 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And how about the Bengals and Broncos coverage? That's going to begin at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. They're also available on the all-new ESPN app. If you downloaded it, have you checked it out? It's amazing. So you can watch both starting at 8 o'clock.
Drew Mestemaker has an opportunity here with 6 minutes to extend this lead. South Alabama's offense has stalled over the last 10 minutes. Mestemaker will take it himself and wiggle near the out-of-bounds line.
Really good play.
By Dalton Hughes.
Really good play by Dalton Hughes. Dalton Hughes is in coverage here as he's got a back coming out to the flat, and he can't leave his assignment too early. He waits just long enough till Mestemaker's across the line of scrimmage, comes up and makes the stop for no gain, because if he doesn't make that stop, Mestemaker's probably running for a 1st down.
Despite all the injuries, particularly on the back end for South Alabama, their defense has been formidable in this first half, allowing just 2 scores for North Texas and having the Mean Green offense in 3rd and long situations often.
Just going to say, I mean, now this is the longest 3rd and long they've had. You know, you have the no gain on 1st down, and in 2nd down they try to come back with the ground game up the middle, no gain. Now I do think you got to try to bring some pressure, because Mestemaker's had all day to throw, especially in these 3rd down situations.
4 wide receivers. Mestemaker takes a shot, has Coleman streaking down the middle, and about a stride or 2 short. Again, Christopher Wallace Jr. with the coverage.
Now you can see, I mean, he's pretty much wide open down the seam, and you got a flat-footed safety here. Christopher Wallace, zero, who has to basically turn and run against a receiver who's already running full speed. That's a tough challenge, and really, I got to tell you, Matt, South Alabama's very lucky because that should have been a house call for North Texas.
Rare miss for Mestemaker, who's been one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the country this year. Now Sawyer Evans, short end-over-end punt. Fair caught by Devin Voisin at about his own 33. So a touchdown drive on the opening drive of the game for South Alabama since they've gone punt, punt, interception, punt. What would you like to see here over these next 4 minutes change from the Jags?
Well, I'd like to see more Bishop Davenport carrying the football. You know, some designed runs. I think on the early downs, those first and second downs, that's where I think Davenport can be effective. Even if it's just picking up 3 to 4 yards, you know, making those second, third downs a little bit more manageable. His athleticism and size is something that I think could be a detriment to the Mean Green defense.
Instead, the carry goes to Martin, and that is stuffed after a gain of 1. They have not run the ball particularly successfully so far in this game. They're averaging less than 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, and I'm also noticing the backs for South Alabama a little bit hesitant, Matt. I think when you get the ball, you've got to go. I mean, this Mean Green defense up front, I've been very impressed with the way they fill their gaps. They're not gonna be ungap sound. You know what I mean? They're where they're supposed to be.
South Alabama has remained committed to the run game despite that lack of success against the Mean Green front. And now another third down looming for the Jags.
Well, when you need a big play, I mean, you've got to go to your playmakers, and that has been Devin Voisin on the outside. That's number 1. He's going to be top of your screen on the hash mark off the line of scrimmage. He's lined up right next to Miller McCrumbie, the tight end. Now you got a trip set, so you know you do have some options to the boundary now that you're looking off everything to the field.
Pressure from North Texas picked up. There's Voisin over the middle. Third down conversion again to one of the most targeted wide receivers in the country, and he delivers a 12-yard gain to move the chains.
Well, there's not too many guys that you feel that confident going to on a big third down, and Voisin's the one. He wears number 1 for a reason. Matt, this is his 60th game of college football today that he has played in his 7th season. 60 games of college football.
All of them, by the way, at South Alabama.
Which makes the story even more miraculous that a guy's been 7 years at one place and played 60-plus games.
Fake it to Phillips. Downfield, it's Voisin again. His 4th double-digit gain catch of the game, and it moves South Alabama into plus territory.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Devin Voisin watching back some of their tape, especially when they played Auburn. Had a breakout game there, had a touchdown reception, a long one at Jordan-Hare. A game that South Alabama kind of hung around with the Tigers.
1st and 10, screen set up.
What a catch.
Corralled by Phillips with one hand, but likely a hold will bring this positive play back.
Bit of a conversation between the officials here.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Just the 2nd penalty on South Alabama's offense in this game. Both have been detrimental.
Jerido, 69's where the hold's going to come right there as they're trying to get the screen set up, and there's a reason why he was so open.
1st and 20. Another screen set up on the outside for Anthony Eager. There goes the track star. He got it all back, but a flag is down back at the 45.
Holding. Offense, number 6. 10-yard penalty. Still, first down.
What was once a promising drive goes to 1st and 30. See the hole here on your left side of your screen. you got to, once you get outside the body, you got to let go. I mean, that would have been okay. Michael Woods, number 6, is the one who has a couple hands full of jersey right there.
This is a 2-minute
Getting some
timeout.
more run this afternoon due to the injury to Brendan Jenkins. Major Applewhite trying to get out of this 1st and 30 hole. 2-minute warning of the first half here in Denton.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
First and 30 after back-to-back 10-yard holding penalties for South Alabama. Bishop Davenport keeps and plunges ahead for a gain of 2.
On here, immediate timeout by the Mean Green.
Timeout.
North Texas knows that they have a chance to get the ball back here to Drew Mestemaker in their offense before halftime. And it's really kind of a dicey spot, Matt, for South Alabama, because you were just in position to go get points because of 2 big holding penalties on 2 back-to-back screens. They face a 1st and 30. So, like, you want to be sort of aggressive here, but you also don't want to give the ball back to North Texas with too much time, and obviously they're going to use their timeouts to try and preserve as much clock as they possibly can.
South Alabama had a couple of chunk plays to Devin Voisin, setting them up on the North Texas 35-yard line. Those 2 penalties have set them back on their own side of the 50.
I'm not saying to not be aggressive, but you want to try to keep the clock going as much as you can.
Davenport tried to set up a screen, had to kill it. Now they're going to whistle a hold again on South Alabama, the 3rd hold of this drive for their offense.
Holding. Offense, number 72. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
North Texas will decline it because the incomplete pass stopped the clock, so they have 2 timeouts left. Still a minute and 52 to play in this half.
Well, now I might as well take a shot and hope for a pass interference call.
Davenport underneath to Anthony Eager. Best gain of this drive since the penalties made it 1st and 30, and a timeout called after the tackle by Quentin Hammonds.
Timeout, North Texas, their second charge timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Let's take a look at our college football rankings brought to you by Prudential. Ohio State, big test on the road at Washington.
I'm nervous about that one today, partner.
3:30 Eastern, another one in the Big Ten. Oregon, Penn State. A lot of people locked in on that game tonight, Dustin, because it's really the biggest test of the season for both teams.
Find out who these teams are tonight. Happy Valley going to be a whiteout, Matt.
Georgia and Bama, one of the greatest rivalries in all of sports. Can Bama go in and snap a 33-game home win streak for the Georgia Bulldogs?
All that Lane Kiffin stuff down at Ole Miss and LSU, a little rivalry brewing there now.
2 undefeated teams.
Yes. Should be a fun one.
LSU starting running back Caden Durham, questionable for tonight's game against Ole Miss, who somehow dropped 2 spots in the rankings despite a win last week against Tulane, a very good Group of 5 team.
Boy, that's almost the second one, Matt, back-to-back that North Texas has nearly blocked. They better be careful. That's something to keep an eye on as we go into the second half. Is that punt protection team by South Alabama? There's a little bit of a hole. They got to clean up.
Ball inside your own 15. 90 seconds to play. 1 timeout. Your quarterback has not turned it over at all this year. How aggressive are you if you're North Texas?
Well, have you watched them play this year? I mean, they're as good as anybody in the country offensively. If I had Drew Mestemaker at quarterback, there wouldn't even be a question. I could have 35 seconds, take away the minute, and I'd still be aggressive.
Goes to the ground on first down. Caleb Hawkins picks up 5 or 6. Nearly 80 yards rushing in the first half for North Texas. They do get the football to start the second half.
I am a little surprised. Maybe they just want to see if they can get the 1 first down and get out of the shadow of their own goalpost before, because South Alabama here could be aggressive as well. I mean, they could start to use their timeouts as this is 3rd and 1. They're going to wait.
Hawkins does pick up the first down, twists out of a tackle to get a few more.
And now here, Matt, is where North Texas will pick up the pace. They got 1 timeout left. They get the clock to stop here as they move the chains, 50 seconds, and now you're going to see Mestemaker go to work.
4-man rush. All day to throw, delivers a strike to sides. Well defended that time on the back end by Anthony Brown, their 3rd string free safety, in for the injured Wesley Miller and Cole Blaylock.
That's a pretty good play there by Anthony Brown. You said Purdue transfer, also an Arkansas transfer. He's on his 3rd school.
Well-traveled young man.
Yes, he has been.
2nd and 10. Hawkins stuffed on the left side. Does South Alabama think about a timeout here?
Somebody is. North Texas.
Timeout, North Texas. This is our final timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Before a 3rd down.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because of how conservative they were on 1st and 2nd down. I'm just a little surprised that they were the ones to take the timeout on 3rd and 7.
Well, particularly if South Alabama gets a stop here. They have at least 1 timeout, perhaps 2 if it's an incomplete pass, and they don't need to burn a timeout. And potentially 30 seconds
I guess
to work with.
I'm just a little surprised, really, with the whole way the drive has played out for North Texas. I mean, they've ran the ball 4 or 5 times on this drive alone. They had 1:30. I mean, they've killed a minute, and now they use their first timeout, and they've only gone 15 yards, 20 yards.
Their field goal kicker, Kali Nguma, missed from 43 earlier this afternoon. Something to keep in mind as they try to get into scoring distance. Draw play goes to Mackenzie McGill, short of the line to gain.
Cat and mouse here. From South Alabama going to call timeout, or they just let this thing go? Because if you're North Texas, you can just walk into halftime here. Or take a Hail Mary shot and see what happens.
Major Applewhite, the head coach for South Alabama, content to let this final 30 seconds dwindle.
Well, you've got a free Hail Mary.
They will take a shot. Mestemaker buying time. Now flushed. Zips it downfield, and it is incomplete to Miles Coleman. So the first half ends 14-7. Weirdly,
yeah, kind of
North Texas.
A wonky end to the first half for a North Texas team that has played so well to start the ball game, offensively especially. And now they get the ball to start the second half. You wonder, will that roll over into the second half? That's sort of the weird way that it ended.
It's a win for South Alabama.
Absolutely.
They had North Texas looking at their first home deficit of the season since the Mean Green have scored 14 unanswered. They'll get the football to start the second half as they look to go 5-0 for the first time since 1959. Getting a test at home against the Jags of South Alabama.
Our 2025 production takes us on a musical journey featuring a sampling of charts inspired by and invoking the idea of flight. We begin our journey with the upbeat Foo Fighters' 1999 rock chart, Learn to Fly, followed by a well-known work for wind band by David...
Welcome back to the All-State Saturday Kickoff on ESPN. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Denton, Texas, home of the 4-0 North Texas Mean Green, receiving votes in the AP poll for the first time since 2018. A 14-7 lead after trailing 7-zip for the first time this year at home. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State captain, Dustin Fox with you. That one turnover has been the difference in the game. North Texas got it back with a short field, went down 4 plays and a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, it really was the difference in that first half, and they really didn't have to do much. North Texas there in the second quarter, just the 3 possessions, as they now will receive this opening kickoff to start the second half.
Kind of a weird end to that first half for North Texas. They got the football back, multiple timeouts, 90 seconds with which to work, and they didn't really do much with it. Just ran the ball a handful of times, let the first half wind away as we welcome you back inside the booth. And I know you were a little bit surprised with particularly how aggressive this offense has been all year, Dustin Fox. What do you think the difference is in the second half for the Mean Green if they're going to come away with a win?
Well, they were taking shots down the field, I thought, in that first quarter. The second quarter was interesting. They had a turnover, they ran the ball 4 times, they scored. And then they had a 3-and-out, a couple of passes incomplete. And then the way that they ran that end of half, to me, was a little conservative for an offense that has been so successful this season and throughout the first half of this game. So I'd expect to see here early in the second half, here in the third quarter, Mestemaker's going to put the ball in the air.
No pass yards for Mestemaker in the second quarter.
That was way off.
His first pass of the second half incomplete, intended for Miles Coleman. One of the interesting aspects too of that stat is the fact that South Alabama's pass defense is so whittled down due to injury. They're down 3 safeties right now on the back end due to injuries.
Yeah, such a great point. I mean, they are really to their backups and third stringers in the secondary.
Caleb Hawkins breaking through to the second level. And a gain of 11 to move the chains.
And that was Blaylock who makes the touchdown saving tackle. He's the third string safety who's in there because of the injury. Excuse me, Anthony Brown makes that stop. Blaylock's who's injured and Wesley Miller both left this game. It's hard to keep track of how many guys have been injured.
Hawkins has gotten a steady dose of the football. He's up to almost 90 yards rushing today. The reigning American Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week had 4 touchdowns in the double overtime win against Army last week, including the game-winning touchdown in overtime. This North Texas team, while their offense has been electric, they've found ways to win in many different ways this season. 2 overtime wins, a comeback victory, and a pair of blowouts. Passes caught by Coleman. And the offense humming here to start the second half. Gain of 11 to move the sticks.
And again, now they can go with a little bit of their tempo. They've got the football across midfield. You've got a nice completion there to Coleman. Little pivot route inside, working against the linebacker there, Blaine Myrick. That's a matchup you'll take all day.
McGill a little bit gimpy getting off the field after his 6th catch of the game. Carry goes to Mackenzie McGill, sifting back across the formation for a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, play action. Mestemaker, long throw intended for Simeon Evans, incomplete. And another 3rd and long forced by this South Alabama defense.
Well, I said to you during one of the breaks, partner, that South Alabama needs a turnover. I feel like for them to have a chance to win the game, not just to stay close, but to win the game, they've got to find a way to create a turnover. And maybe it's just, you know, pressure getting home against Mestemaker, or maybe Mestemaker finally makes his first error of the season.
Underneath, hits.
Ball's out. Ball's out,
and
Matt.
the ball was
Ball is
popped
out.
out. That is just the 3rd turnover by this North Texas offense this season. Carnes had it popped
Ruling on the
loose
field.
by Dalton
Completed
Hughes.
pass, and then a fumble recovered by the defense. It'll be first down, South Alabama.
Dalton on Dalton crime right here, buddy. Yeah, that is out. Absolutely. And then Dalton Hughes is the one who recovers it. The hit was delivered by Christopher Walls. Football recovered by Dalton Hughes, and now, wow, what a turn of events here. If South Alabama can do anything with this football here, it could be very, very interesting.
Their defense has not been known yet this year for turning the ball over. Just the 6th turnover gain this year by South Alabama. On the ground, to Kentrell Bullock near the first down marker, and they will move the chains for the 2nd leading rusher in the Sun Belt Conference this year.
Kentrell Bullock delivers a really big-time blow to Trey Fields, who tries to make the tackle, comes up and kind of lowers the shoulder to pick up the first down.
Bishop Davenport, first-year starter for South Alabama at quarterback. Strong dual threat at the quarterback position. Returns home to the state of Texas, where he played his high school football. He'll have to come off the field for a play. Now he sits down on the seat of his pants. Threw for 7,500 yards at Spring High School, 77 touchdowns.
Officials timeout for injury
Utah
to the
State.
offense.
Transferred over to South Alabama last year. Backed up Gio Lopez. Led one of the best offenses in the Sun Belt. He moved on to North Carolina. And Bishop Davenport won a tightly contested quarterback battle with Jared Hollins, who's up off the bench for one play here potentially, although it looks like Bishop Davenport's going to be allowed to come back in. Nope. He had his helmet on, was walking in with the offense, and instead it's going to be Jared Hollins.
He tried to sneak in the huddle, I think, which is what every quarterback would like to try to do in that situation, is to get back in the game. But Jared Hollins will have to take the snap. And you said, Matt, it was a very healthy competition in fall camp between Hollins and Davenport that came down to the end.
Hollins under duress. It's a completed pass to Anthony Eager, but for a loss of 4 or 5.
Better off just throwing that in the dirt. Hollins, but a little surprised. You know, he comes off the bench and they didn't question that at all. He said, let's just roll him out and let him throw the football.
That was his 2nd pass attempt of his collegiate career.
So now you've got Davenport coming back into the game on a 3rd and 7. This is where he's got to take off and go. If nothing's open, he's got to run, use his legs.
Delayed 4-man rush. Hit as he threw and almost intercepted by Trey Fields.
Should have been picked off.
They sent a delayed 4th rusher on 3rd and 7, and they got home.
Ethan Day, 90, is the one who provides the pressure. You'll see him come off the right side, and that ball was in the middle of the numbers. The big number 6 on the jersey of Trey Fields, that's where the football hit him. And South Alabama is very lucky. That could have been devastating.
Already 1 interception in the game. Escaped without a turnover on that drive. Pulkkinen sends it deep. There's going to be a penalty on South Alabama running into the return man Miles Coleman.
I just don't get that. You run into the punt return. The ball's not even close to where the punt return is at.
Number 21, 15-yard penalty, first down, North Texas.
So North Texas will start their 2nd drive of the 2nd half. No blood after the turnover. 14-7 in Denton. Welcome back to the All-State Saturday Kickoff on ESPN. Matt Schumacher, the former Ohio State captain, Dustin Fox. South Alabama's offense unable to capitalize on just the third turnover of the year by North Texas's offense. And so Drew Mestemaker comes back out with a 7-point lead. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Play fake. Deep shot is defended well by Nehemiah Chandler, the Georgia Tech transfer. Cameron Dorner was the intended wide receiver.
Gosh, sometimes I just wish guys would just go back to the huddle. I'm an old man sometimes, man, with the get off my lawn. It's like every play, it's a different world we live in, partner. Sorry.
North Texas
keep my opinions to myself. I'm a former defensive back.
Well, they're continuing to test these defensive backs.
They've made plays, and that was a great play on the outside.
Mestemaker got hit as he threw.
Can't throw a lineman. You can't do that. That's a penalty.
Flipped it to his left tackle, Braden Nelson.
You got to love that Nelson, and linemen in general, whenever this happens, they get so excited, and they know exactly what, they tuck it, and they look to run with the football.
Braden Nelson saying, my
Legal
bad,
touch.
should have batted that down.
Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. Also includes a loss of down, third down.
But to his defense, he's not used to seeing a football come his way. Making his 41st consecutive start this afternoon at left tackle on an offense that has been much improved from a year ago. But again, another third down and very long. 15 to go to get the first down for North Texas.
And that was a loss of down, so you're going to have, as you mentioned, 3rd and 15. South Alabama's doing a nice job the last few third downs, Matt. They haven't really brought pressure, but they've done a good job twisting on the inside with just the 4-man rush. And for whatever reason, it's been enough to get home. Do it again.
Screen set up for Caleb Hawkins, has room to run. There goes Hawkins across the 50. 2-man to beat. Hawkins upfield, bashing his way to the end zone. 69-yard touchdown, Mean Green. A star is born in Denton. 6 rushing touchdowns for Hawkins over the last 2 weeks.
Well, 3rd and 15 seems like the ideal situation for a halfback screen. Well, when you got Caleb Hawkins, grown man run, breaking tackles, fighting to the end zone. This freshman, 6'2", 200, come on. He's a bruiser, 21-7.
monster day of college football rolls on. 3:30 Eastern, battle of undefeateds. 4th-ranked LSU, 13th ranked Ole Miss. Then one of the great rivalries in college sports, Georgia, Bama in Athens. The night is capped off with Coach Prime in Colorado hosting BYU, a rematch of the Alamo Bowl last year in which BYU throttled Colorado. All that coming up on ABC, ESPN, and of course the ESPN app. Caleb Hawkins with his 7th touchdown of the season, 6th in the last 2 weeks, his first receiving touchdown of the year. And boy, that backfield just keeps getting deeper and deeper for North Texas. And now a deeper hole to climb out of for South Alabama. Down 2 touchdowns for a team that Dustin has not scored since the opening drive of the game.
And boy, they were very efficient on that opening drive. They go right down the field. It was 10 plays, 71 yards, and they end up scoring on a 4th and goal from the 2. But since then, Matt, they've only been across midfield 1 time, and then they end up backing up because of penalties, and nothing happened on that drive. So they're sort of at a must-score type of situation here on this drive.
Fake it to Phillips, dumped underneath to Rod Gibbs, the tight end. Primarily a blocking tight end, makes a catch, his 3rd reception of the season, tackled by Will Jones. Talk about those 2 10-yard holding penalties, made it 1st and 30 on a drive a couple of drives ago at the end of the first half for South Alabama that gave him a chance. Davenport brought down around the line of scrimmage.
Now he's going to lose a couple yards, maybe a yard and a half.
Brings up 3rd and short. Self-inflicted wounds have been the theme this year for the South Alabama offense. Yeah, big 3rd down looming. Bishop Davenport capes, has a blocker. There goes Davenport in a foot race. Finally shoved out by Will Jones. Their transfer safety after a gain of 34.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. It appeared for a minute like North Texas had this thing dead to rights in the backfield. You see the linebacker there, Wisłowski, gets in the backfield, and he ends up taking the back because it's an RPO. At the mesh point, off goes Davenport for a long gain.
There's Phillips on the carry, just tripped up as the hole was opening wide on the left side of that offensive line. Colin Lewis, the backup corner, makes the stop.
Officials timeout to an injury
An
to the
offensive player down for South Alabama. It's their right tackle, Braden Ramey.
So you'd say, what's been the key variable in the 2 drives, the touchdown drive and now this drive? Well, it's been a chunk play. You had a 36-yard throw and catch to Voisin from Davenport, and now you have a 34-yard run by Davenport that puts him inside the 25-yard line here with it, well, around the 25-yard line, excuse me, with a chance to get some points. And you know, Matt, they've got to score, not 3, they need 7. Which means I'm going for it on 4th down every time. So whatever the play call is on 3rd down, you know you've got 2 to get the 1st.
Second-year Duke transfer Ethan Hubbard, who has started this year on the right side of the offensive line for South Alabama, comes in for Ramey. 2nd and 4. Ball just outside of the 25-yard line. It's Phillips with a seam. Phillips inside the 10, dragging tacklers, and it's goal to go for the Jags. And I believe a late flag comes in on the far sideline. We'll wait to see what this is. Stephen Robinson, our referee.
Run for a 1st down. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, 1st down, South Alabama.
Penalty called after the play on Malachi Preciado, their starting center. And again, a self-inflicted wound after a monster gain by South Alabama.
Boy, this team's having a hard enough time just gaining yards and getting first downs to let alone, back them up. And they had this ball inside the 10-yard line, Matt.
Keeper for Davenport, knifing upfield. Positive gain for the leading rusher for South Alabama this afternoon.
I think that the Davenport running game has been the #1 thing that has hurt the Mean Green defense.
He will keep again. That is stuffed for a loss by Ethan Weslowski.
Well, you didn't fool Weslowski twice. I mean, the first time he ends up out the gate for 34 yards there, it's going to be a loss. And now you've got 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. But like I said, Matt, I still think this is 4-down territory because I just don't think it's going to be very easy to stop the Mean Green offense. And you've got to score touchdowns. Field goals just don't win you games against that sort of offensive attack.
It's a run to P.J. Martin, stopped maybe a yard short of the line to gain. And it looks like Major Applewhite's going to keep his South Alabama offense on the field.
I think there's no question. I mean, you've got Davenport, who's 6'2", 210, and you see how physical he is. I wish teams would get up under center a little bit more, but they're going to go in the gun. And you've got Martin in there. Martin's been a bell cow on this drive.
Pressure up the middle. Davenport, a pass, finds Martin for a first down inside the 10, and goal to go again for South Alabama.
That is such a gutsy call on 4th and 1, but it's the right call. Everybody thought it was going to be a run. I thought it was going to be a run. They sneak out Martin to the flat.
Here's Martin on the carry, stays on his feet, was crawling towards the goal line. They mark him down at the 1. Best drive of the game since the opener for South Alabama, knocking on the door of their 2nd touchdown. Martin lunging, and a gang tackle keeps him short. 3rd and goal.
Well, the last time they scored a touchdown was the opening drive of the game. They were in the exact same spot on the opposite side of the field. They were 3rd and goal from about the 2. Here they're just inside the 2. And Davenport ended up taking it in for a touchdown. I would go back to him.
2 wide receivers set. He flips it across the formation to Rod Gibbs. First touchdown of the year for the South Alabama tight end. And they make it a 1-score game, converting 2 4th downs in this game, including 1 on that drive.
And Matt, that's his first collegiate touchdown catch for Rod Gibbs at the FBS level, the former JUCO transfer. Heck of a basketball player in high school too, by the way, there in the state of Georgia. But Matt, talk about a response by the South Alabama Jaguars. Down 14 points, it appeared like their offense couldn't do a darn thing, and they just seemed to wake up. Somebody woke up the Jaguars. They go 12 plays, 75 yards in just over 4 minutes. Balanced attack, but Bishop Davenport does the damage. 21-14.
major response by South Alabama, who had given up 21 unanswered points since their opening drive score. And now an onside kick here. They recover it! And they're off and running! The Jags will have to bring it back as a flag is down at the 50.
And you also have a player down, a South Alabama Jaguar on the kick unit is down at about the 45-yard line. And there appears to be some concern there.
What a
Offside.
gutsy call.
Kicking team.
Offsides.
5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Free kick.
Another self-inflicted wound for South Alabama, but boy, Major Applewhite.
Love the call. I love that call.
Showing some aggressiveness. Good to see Christopher Wallace Jr., one of their starting safeties, up and walking off under his own power. They will have to re-kick this, though. Boy, that's awfully close, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Second player on the nearest side. I mean, he maybe a half a stride off sides there.
I wonder if they call that if that ball's kicked deep.
But because it's potentially influential to the onside kick recovery.
I mean, there's just more attention drawn to the line as opposed to the deep kick. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not doing their job, but it's rarely called on a standard kick, and nonetheless, it's a big break for North Texas.
Returnable for Simeon Evans, former all-conference wide receiver, and Sam Houston out across the 50. So after they thought they had given up an onside kick recovery, they take it 43 yards and will start at midfield. And another South Alabama player is down at the 35.
Now this was an unbelievable return, and because it was kicked so high in the air off to the sideline, there was enough time to sort of allow the unit to get down the field, and by the time that they all get down the field, you can see Evans just out the gate on the left side with blockers. They're lucky, Matt, frankly, that wasn't a kickoff return for a touchdown.
I believe it's Javon Henderson, their starting corner, who's down here.
Yeah, he gets rolled up on here late. I think it was actually earlier than that. There's the end of the run.
If it is Henderson,
well, then
boy,
I mean,
another
we're talking about
injury to their secondary, which they can ill afford. They're already down 3 safeties. Boy, and the hits just keep on coming for South Alabama. Their right tackle went out on their last touchdown drive, and it is Henderson, the former FCS freshman All-American at East Tennessee. And now this banged up South Alabama defensive unit will be defending a short field against the North Texas offense that's averaging 47 points per game, top 10 in the country this year.
So North Texas goes back to work here, Matt. Mackenzie McGill in the game now at running back. And it's interesting, you know, Caleb Hawkins has continued to earn more and more opportunities, I think, to be more of a feature back in this offense.
Estimaker with time dials up a first down delivery to Miles Coleman, then a gain of 14.
Anthony Brown delivers a big blow right there. Legal hit, shoulder pad to shoulder pad. Great concentration to hold on to that football.
Over 100 yards passing in the second half so far for Mestemaker. Mackenzie McGill with a positive gain on first down. Like, defending short fields is not where you want to be against this North Texas offense.
No, you know, it's honestly, Matt, kind of like how North Texas is treating a turnover. When they get turnovers, they score every single time, and that kind of is what just happened. I mean, they got the ball in plus territory at the 47-yard line.
Underneath to McGill on the misdirection, makes it 3rd and short.
Well, you can see why the last drive for South Alabama was so crucial for them to score a touchdown. I mean, they just can't do much in the way of slowing down North Texas when it comes to them actually wanting to throw the football down the field and kind of spread the ball around.
Laycock down by 5 seconds. And McGill just gets it up for the first down. North Texas content to let this time wind down a little bit here. An offense that has the ability to strike quickly. They had a touchdown drive that went 4 plays earlier in this game. The clock is on their side right now. Mestemaker lost the football, picks it back up and takes his seat as Tyrell Johnson was bearing down.
But they lose, Matt, 11 yards. I don't know why they slowed the tempo down when it seemed like their offense was kind of in a flow. You know, I get it. Maybe you're like, okay, we want to burn a little clock here and that whole deal. But, man, it's almost like it gave South Alabama a chance to breathe, refocus, and then now you're looking at a 2nd and 19. And the last time they were in a situation like this, they ran a screen pass. So I'd be looking for that if I was South Alabama.
That went to the house.
Yes.
68 yards. Mestemaker with time, floats it towards the end zone. It's caught by Trey Williams. The Division II transfer tight end. It was a first-team All-American a year ago. Grabs it for 27, sets up 1st and goal.
That's really the first time we've seen Anthony Brown, the 3rd-string safety, in there matched up in man coverage where he gets targeted. And that's what happens. You're in man coverage, and you can see his head staring in the backfield, watching Mestemaker. I once had a coach who said, you stare in the backfield. You know what you see, Matt? You see quarterbacks complete passes.
McGill. No, it's Mestemaker cruising in for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing score of the season, and it puts North Texas back up by 2 scores.
What a sequence of events. I mean, it appeared for a moment like North Texas was going to be scrambling. They're 2nd and 19. They have a big completion for the 1st down to their big tight end, Trey Williams. And then the ensuing play is Mestemaker showing off his legs.
Well, that touchdown was all set up on 2nd and long. Great pitch and catch to Trey Williams, and that is our Good Hands play brought to you by Allstate. And Dustin Fox, North Texas attacking the weakened secondary of South Alabama.
Yeah, and listen, they're in man coverage, so you can see 11 matched up against the tight end there, and he's caught flat-footed on the corner route, flipping in the backfield, and then he's just, at that point, he's in a defeated position. It's a good throw, good catch, and it sets up the Mestemaker touchdown run, and here we are again with North Texas having a 14-point lead. So, you know, listen, I'd say this much, at least if you're South Alabama, you've got a little confidence here that you know your offense has proven that they weren't just kind of a one-trick pony on the opening drive of the game. They were able to produce a touchdown drive the last time they had the football, which was a 12-play, 70-plus yard drive. And they did a lot of that on the ground. So I would be going back to some of that. And I said this before, I think the biggest threat to North Texas's defense is Bishop Davenport and his ability to run.
Well, Davenport so far in this game, 13 rushes, 66 yards and a touchdown. He's averaged a little over 5 yards per carry. And they need another response after they thought about 5 minutes ago that they had recovered an onside kick and had a chance to make it a tie game. Instead, North Texas regains a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, because of the long kickoff return that followed the penalty on the offsides onside kick, they score almost immediately. And now South Alabama finds himself in that exact same hole they were in about 8 minutes ago.
Here's Kentrell Bullock. Tackled by Davion Armstead. South Alabama has remained committed to the run game despite rushing for less than 3 yards a carry in the opening half. Bullock, one of the top running backs in the group of 5, remains in the game to the left of Bishop Davenport. 2nd and 2. And he's running free for, well, he's going to be stopped short by Ethan Wesloski, who had an interception earlier in this game. Makes it 3rd and very short for South Alabama.
Yeah, this is less than a yard. They've got to gain the 35-yard line. They're about 6 inches away.
Right back to him, and Bullock barrels ahead for a 1st down.
Look, there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, you're able to run the football. You're able to keep the ball out of the hands of North Texas and Drew Mestemaker. I mean, if you can get this to a 7-point game, and we're into the 4th quarter, I think you have to be really happy and excited if you're a South Alabama fan in that sideline with Major Applewhite and company. A lot has to go right for that to happen, but still, I like the positive start to this drive. You need to score and a stop. South Alabama. Score and stop, and then you got yourself a chance.
Perhaps the final play of the 3rd quarter here. 10 seconds left. Well, South Alabama's offense has responded so far on this drive as we take you to the 4th quarter. 14-point game in Denton. Undefeated record on the line for North Texas. 1 quarter to play. You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. Welcome back to Denton, Texas. A 14-point game as we start the fourth quarter. Matt Schumacher, Dustin Fox with you. South Alabama's recipe for success on offense in this half has been running the football. Over 100 yards rushing in the third quarter. And we start the fourth on a 2nd and 9. Carry to Keenan Phillips. Leaping for a nice pickup to make it about 3rd and 4.
Heck of a job on the outside by David Fisher, the corner. Where's number 1 to come up there from his coverage spot. Knifes in to make a tackle. Really impressive tackle.
Are you in 4-down territory if you're the Jags?
Close.
3rd and 4.
Take off and go.
Bishop Davenport does just that and has enough, just barely, for the first down.
And he had so much room. He probably could have gone about a half a second earlier and maybe made that a little bit easier. Nonetheless, very, very wise decision by that young man to take off and pick up the first down. You got to keep this drive alive. Need points. Like I said, you need points and a stop. But it's one thing at a time if you're South Alabama. It's kind of crazy. Like, it feels like North Texas has just kind of dominated the game, but the Jaguars are just kind of hanging around, Matt.
Play action for Davenport with time. Check down and a little bit too out in front of Keenan Phillips, who maybe saw the defender coming. It was Quentin Hammonds, the starting nickel.
Yeah, he sure was coming. And I think he felt the presence. The ball was let out in front of him, and frankly, it was nearly batted at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 for a Jaguars team in the midst of a 3-game skid. They've had some narrow defeats over the last 3 weeks. Screen set up for Eager. And a flag comes in, perhaps a hold on Jeremy Scott, who was out on the edge blocking for South Alabama.
And now it's to the point where any blocking on the outside, these officials, you know, any jersey tug, I mean, it's getting called. It's the 4th time, I believe, Matt, on the outside that a holding has been called on a wide receiver. I mean, you're engaged. You got that hand wrapped around the backside of the jersey. You just have to let go. And I know it's a difficult spot to be in. That's called a stock block, right? When you're with the receiver and you're trying to just stay there within the box. But when that hand gets wrapped around or outside the core, that's when the flag comes out.
80 penalty yards today for South Alabama. Free rusher. And Bishop Davenport kills it. Pressured by Davion Armstead from the cornerback position. Just came in unblocked.
Now it's going to be intentional grounding now, as there was a conversation. Was there a receiver in the area? And South Alabama's claiming there was.
In the area. Ball being placed in the spot of the foul. Lost it down. 3rd down.
Bishop Davenport still pleading his case, but Stephen Robinson hearing none of it. And not only do you lose the yards, you lose the down. So now it's 3rd and forever for South Alabama.
Well, the running back was on the ground. He was within the area to throw that. To me, that's kind of a missed call. I mean,
3rd and 49 for the Jags, who at one point had the ball near midfield. Open receiver, it's Voisin, will tippy-toe the sideline and make it 4th and about 14.
You got to punt this one, I think.
And the offense is hanging out on the field for a long time here. They are going to stay on the field for 4th down.
Man, this is a very risky call.
4th and 14 to go. Ball at the 45. 3-man rush. Davenport darts it over the middle.
Wow.
It is caught by Anthony Eager, and the spot will determine this. It's a 1st down. Wow! From 3rd and 49 to first down inside the 40 for South Alabama.
And I give Major Applewhite a ton of credit for having the guts to call this and go for this. I mean, what a throw by Davenport, and then just an amazing effort by Eager to know where he's at on the field.
Might have been a timeout before the snap here.
Are they going to look at the spot? Was there a timeout?
Timeout. North Texas will challenge the spot of the ball to the line of game. The previous play is under video review.
I actually thought that the spot was not even, they actually brought it back a little bit. I thought he had the line to gain easily. So we'll take a look, see what the officials have to say when we come back.
Well, they reviewed the spot, determined that the call was upheld. Stone's call.
The challenge was unsuccessful.
Major Applewhite
North
to
Texas
go
will
for
be
it
charged
on
their
4th
first
and
team
14.
timeout.
They
This will be a
convert Dustin
30-second
Fox to
timeout.
keep the drive alive, down 2 scores.
They had no room for error. That margin was so thin. The route was run right to the line to gain. The ball was thrown right to the line of gain. If Eager even is tackled a couple of inches prior, I mean, it's not a first down, it's turnover on downs. I mean, I'm just blown away at the fact that they were facing a 3rd and 49. And now they've got a first down. Incredible. I mean, if they can somehow score a touchdown this drive, I think the pressure's put on North Texas a little bit here.
Well, the WNBA Best of 5 playoff semifinals roll on tomorrow with both Game 4s. Aces Fever 3 Eastern on ABC. Then the Lynx and the Mercury 8 Eastern, with that series tied at 1 after Phoenix mounted a 20-point comeback in Game 2, tied for the largest comeback in playoff history. Almost picked. Well defended by David Fisher, the former 2-year starter at Sam Houston. Jeremy Scott, the intended wide receiver. With only 12 minutes left in this game, down 2 scores, this almost feels like you got to have a score on this drive if you're South Alabama.
Well, and you got to have a play. I think you go to your guys that know how to make those plays, and that would be Voisin, who's been quiet here in the second half. He's in motion now across the line of scrimmage.
Goes to the ground. Bullock with the carry, tackled by Jaden Williams.
2 downs here to get 5 yards. Long 5.
South Alabama 7 for 16 on 3rd downs this afternoon. Play action. Davenport with time is almost intercepted again, looking for Jeremy Scott. David Fisher in coverage. 4th and 6 upcoming.
Well, they went for it on 4th and 14. 4th and 6 should be no problem.
They're 3 for 3 so far today on 4th downs. Feels like you gotta have it if you're Major Applewhite in South Alabama. Rush gets home. Flag comes thrown in, and I believe we're gonna have a holding penalty that'll likely get declined on the stop by North Texas, but there are 2 flags on the field.
Offense, number 70. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a turnover. 1st down, North Texas.
And it is a turnover on downs. North Texas's defense comes up with the stop on 4th and 6. They'll get the football back, up 2 scores with 11 minutes to play in Denver.
In the foxhole, guys that I've won in the foxhole with me, and I'll tell you who I've won in the foxhole today, and that is a young man by the name of Caleb Hawkins, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's a long bruiser who has earned his right to touch the football more and more. Had an unbelievable game a week ago against Army for 4 touchdowns, but in this game today, Matt, he has done it all. The biggest play of the day which was probably the game breaker that has them with this 2-score lead, was the long screen pass for the touchdown that he broke 1,000,000 tackles and really broke the soul, I think, of South Alabama's defense.
Over 100 all-purpose yards today for Hawkins, who gets the carry on 1st down. 2 touchdowns for Hawkins, who has cemented his spot as a significant piece in this North Texas offense going forward this year. And now the Mean Green in the driver's seat, less than 11 minutes to play, 2 touchdown lead for a team that has started 4-0 for the first time since 2018. What a beginning to this 2025 campaign. Trying to finish it up here against South Alabama. Long throw is batted down on the backside by Nehemiah Chandler.
Well, Chandler, Matt, had all day to make a decision to cut in front of this pass to try and intercept it. I'm surprised he actually didn't. I think he may have mistimed his jump a little bit because he was trying to cut off this post. I mean, for a moment, it looked like the wide receiver was wide open. He was trying to find his target there, Landon Sides, 22. Ball's underthrown. Man.
Still no interceptions this year for Drew Mestamaker. 3rd and 6. Long throw out to Sides, and he is drilled on an incomplete pass again by Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler's made some plays out there on the corner spot.
Big stop, Dustin, by the South Alabama defense. Very little time comes off the clock. They force a 3 and out.
I thought for a moment maybe the official was going to throw a flag on this because it was a kind of a vicious hit there late. I think it's a good no call.
Well, it's a secondary that somehow is held up this afternoon, despite 3 of their 5 starters out and a backup safety out this afternoon. Sawyer Evans with a low line drive punt down just inside the 15. Well, if you listen to Dustin Fox, you know that he's very excited about the all-new ESPN app, which is the best way to watch sports in 2025. All of ESPN all in one place with live games, live stats. Plus, you can track your fantasy teams and personalize with your favorite leagues, teams, and players. Your favorite aspect is the multi-view.
Multi-view, come on, not even close.
Disappointing end to South Alabama's last drive, which included a 3rd and forever and a 4th and 14 conversion, resulting in no points. 15-play drive, and they came up empty. And yet they still have a chance here with 10 minutes to go, all 3 timeouts, down 2 touchdowns. Davenport keeps. Ball came out, but he was down. And this should remain South Alabama football.
Runner was down, 2nd down.
Well, you saw those numbers, a tale of 2 halves when it comes to the rushing attack of South Alabama. There's still plenty of time. You're down 2 touchdowns, yeah, it's a lot, but there's 10 minutes left in this ball game. You can still, not that you want to take your time, but you can still afford to run the ball here on this drive.
They will here on 2nd down, and it's a 1st down gain and more. P.J. Martin, the true freshman, rumbling out across the 35.
Well, when we talked with Major Applewhite, Matt, earlier this week, he said they try to find out by midway through that 2nd quarter, going into the 3rd quarter, who sort of has the hot hand. And I think today it's been P.J. Martin, especially throughout that 3rd quarter, now into this 4th quarter. Number 22 is running like you know, the real 22, Emmitt Smith back in the day. He's running through big-time holes and having a little bit of burst.
Averaging nearly 6 yards per carry. Play action. Davenport finds Voisin, who makes the grab out near midfield.
Boy, dangerous throw between 2 of the top defenders of North Texas, Trey Fields and Weslowski, excuse me, 32. They're both right there. It looked like for a second, Trey Fields, watch 6. I think he almost like pulls back for some reason. It's weird, like if he extends both arms, I think maybe he has a chance to get a hand on the football.
The previous plays on video review for a completed catch.
That play is going up to review as to whether or not that catch was made. So Tim Fetch, our replay official on site this afternoon, will take another look at this. Boy, McVoisin's 6th catch of 10 yards or more today, Dustin Fox. He's up over 100 yards receiving on the day, if this stands.
A big play threat on the outside, really their go-to guy. Well, I don't see anything from that angle. I'm not saying the ball doesn't move. I just can't see anything there.
Is there enough to conclusively overturn the call on the field, which is a reception?
Yeah, it's not a catch.
That look right there says it all.
It's very apparent from that look. That's going to be incomplete and come right back. I'm surprised that, I mean, with it being so obvious right there that it wasn't quickly overturned.
So that will negate an 18-yard reception and a first down.
After video review, it's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 for South Alabama at the 35-yard
So
line.
they'll go back, and now it's going to be 3rd and 7.
It just feels like every time South Alabama has gotten some momentum, there's been something in their way.
A flag, turnover, a review, you know, whatever it may be. I mean, the penalties today have been just awful for South Alabama.
94 penalty yards for the Jags this afternoon.
Yeah.
Second and 10. Swing pass out to Martin. As blockers, Martin sprinting out across midfield. Martin in a foot race is dragged down at the 30 by the defensive tackle Jaden Williams.
And I had to look around for a flag because every time they get a ball on the perimeter, there seems to be a flag for a holding outside. This time, Jeremy Scott does not get called for holding. He has a fantastic block. They're going to mark this back a little bit as to where he stepped out of bounds, Matt.
Martin on the carry, sheds one tackler, spins out of another, and finally finished off by Shane Witter.
Been very impressed with the way that P.J. Martin has been running the rock here in the second half. He is running with a purpose.
Timeout for an injured North Texas player. P.J. Martin has been the explosive weapon out of the backfield all afternoon for South Alabama. 30-yard catch and run, followed up by a 9-yard rush. And it's Jaden Williams down. He was the one who tracked down P.J. Martin. Walking off gingerly. It's an opportunity for this North Texas defense to reset. Reeling a little bit here with 7:59 to go. South Alabama knocking on the door of the red zone, where they have struggled this year. And it was one of the points of emphasis after the Coastal Carolina game for their first-year offensive coordinator, Paul Petrino. In the midst of this 3-game losing streak, in each of these 3 games, they have failed to score on at least one red zone trip. Can't afford not to score here. Zipped out to Micah Woods, moves the chains.
South Alabama taking quite their time.
P.J. Martin on the carry. The run game has been such a big part of their offensive momentum in the second half. But boy, the clock is not on their side here.
Well, I mean, they are having success with the ground game, so it's not like you're not gaining 5+ yards a pop, especially here on this drive in particular.
Fake it to Anthony Eager, dumps it down to P.J. Martin. He is upended by Will Jones, the second. Out of the safety spot for North Texas, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 4. All right, so again, 4-down territory, obviously. 22's been the workhorse on this drive. I see no reason why you don't go back to him again, or at least allow Davenport to do something with his legs.
Pressure off the edge, and Davenport had to get rid of it. Shane Witter with the takedown. And it brings up 4th and 4.
Field goal doesn't do you any good here.
Three times this afternoon, South Alabama has converted on 4th downs. Including on their last touchdown drive.
Keep an eye on Voisin. He's right at the top of your screen with a short split to the line of scrimmage.
All out pressure. Davenport to the end zone looking for Voisin, and a late flag comes in as David Fisher may have contacted Voisin.
Not may have, he did. He had a ton of jersey. Voisin was matched up man to man, and there was a lot of contact before the ball.
Defense, number 1. Ball be placed at the spot of the
I watched
flag.
Voisin the entire play.
First down.
I had ISO on him with my eyes.
A flag in favor of South Alabama.
Yeah, one of the few today. Take a look at the coverage, if you can see from this angle.
Right before the ball was delivered. And it sets up 1st and goal. Kentrell Bellick in the backfield. It goes to Bullock. And he is muscling into the end zone for a touchdown. 1-score game in Denton, Texas.
And things have gotten just a little bit quiet here in North Texas, Matt, as South Alabama just kind of sneaking their way back in the game. They're going to go for 2. This is where those analytics books and analysts come into play. A lot of people think this is the smart decision because, you know, if you do get the 2-point conversion, just to talk about this for a minute, Matt.
Timeout. North Texas.
The thought process behind this is if you get the 2, it's a 6-point game. And then there becomes a little pressure on North Texas because they just have a 6-point lead, right? And then all of a sudden, if South Bama gets the ball back, the Jaguars could then win the game potentially. So that's where this comes from. You see this a lot more now in the National Football League. It's not the craziest idea in the world. And from the data that's out there, it suggests that this is the right call.
North Texas, in response, calls timeout.
Yes.
Maybe they're a little bit surprised to see South Alabama line up for 2. By the way, now North Texas will only have 1 timeout remaining in a 1-score game with over 6 minutes to play. Well, we've seen Major Applewhite make some aggressive calls this afternoon. Onside kick, 4th and 14, and now a 2-point conversion.
And by the way, this only occurs when it falls in this certain window with about like 4 to 7 minutes to go in the ballgame, and you're down 2 scores.
Bullock in the backfield. Heavy set for South Alabama. Davenport following blockers in for a 2-point score. And the gamble pays off for Major Applewhite.
What a gutsy call. Really the entire drive. You got to give the South Alabama Jaguars a ton of credit. They have shown up today with a lot of fight for a 1-3 football team trying to steal one on the road. We got a tight one. Don't go anywhere. 28-22 from Denton.
The Allstate Saturday Kickoff is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands. And McDonald's.
Welcome back to Denton, Texas, where all of a sudden we've got a 6-point game. Major Applewhite gambling a couple of times on their last touchdown drive, including on a 2-point conversion to make it a 6-point game. And now North Texas with a little bit of pressure on them here. And their redshirt freshman, former walk-on quarterback Drew Mestemaker was thrown for 224 yards and a touchdown in this game, Dustin, though we have not seen him air it out quite as much as we have in weeks prior.
He just really hasn't needed to do that much in terms of airing it out. That was one of the throws right there that was a screen that went for a zillion yards. So that obviously adds to his total. But you know, on the day, Matt, 17 for 30. So he's hovering just above 50%, which is well below his average, which is around 70% this season.
He has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in football. This is an efficient play to Caleb Hawkins, who's been the workhorse over the last 2 weeks. The reigning offensive player of the week in the conference, gives them a first down.
Let's see how quickly North Texas decides they want to go about their business here in this drive, because they've been throughout this ball game, Matt, going at a pretty, not breakneck speed, but they've been going up tempo. This is almost that 4-minute type of offensive drill.
Hawkins slips out of a tackle, breaks another. Hawkins pushing bodies out across the 50. Gain of 18 for Caleb Hawkins, the true freshman from Shawnee, Oklahoma.
And that's his first career 100-yard rushing day as well. So this young man is, I think, sort of making a name for himself over the last couple of weeks with his performance against Army, and now here today against South Alabama, putting up big numbers.
Replaced by Mackenzie McGill here. Sheds a tackle, gains 4 or 5. It's funny, Eric Morris joked with us going into the week that his 10-year-old son, Jack, asked him, what were the stats for Caleb Hawkins in that game? How many carries, how many touchdowns? Well, he scored 4 touchdowns on 13 carries, and the 10-year-old son, Jack, told the head coach, I think you ought to give him the ball more, Dad.
Smart son.
He listened.
Like father, like son.
First 100-yard game of his young career here at North Texas.
Now you can see them get into that 4-minute mode where it's slowed down a little bit.
And we talked about it earlier, Dustin. Eric Morris and his staff committing to running the football this year, unlike they have in the previous 2 seasons. He told us you have to run the football to win championships. You also have to run the football to close out games, and that's what they're doing right now.
The clock is not the friend of the Jaguars right now, and North Texas is just looking to milk this thing away. And if they could just come away with a field goal here, Matt, that's probably the game, because it makes it a 2-score game at 9.
3:45 to play. All 3 timeouts for South Alabama, but they need a stop. Even that was a 4-yard gain by Mackenzie McGill. It's an offense that has averaged right around 5 yards per carry this afternoon as Caleb Hawkins comes back in at running back.
Well, in South Alabama, depending on what happens on this play, will want to start looking at using one of their 3 timeouts that they have remaining.
2-minute timeout also looming. Defensive coordinator Will Wyndham hoping for a stop here. Play action. Mestemaker's going to take off right up the gut and moves the chains. North Texas into the red zone. And a South Alabama player is down behind the play. That is Ed Smith, the 4th, their starting defensive tackle.
Well, I think everyone thought that that was going to be a handoff to Caleb Hawkins, and Mestemaker just finds himself, what do I do? I guess I just take off and go, and it was an easy first down run.
Good to see Smith walking off under his own power. Mestemaker becoming a household name, a young man that did not start a game on varsity in high school, had no varsity tape. Got a tryout walk-on opportunity because of a personal relationship between Jeff Christensen and Eric Morris. Christensen was at a workout last spring, saw Mestemaker, was impressed. Of course, Christensen, the quarterback coach for Patrick Mahomes, comes here to Denton, tries out. They give him one of the last walk-on spots on the team, thinking he would be another camp arm, candidly. Works his way from 6th string to backup last year, dazzles in the bowl game start. Now he's QB1 as a redshirt freshman on scholarship.
Just an incredible story, Matt, and one that's going to continue to unfold. And I think by the end of this year, and again, a lot has to happen for the Mean Green, but you're looking at 5-0 right in the face right now, and we know what's looming in a couple of weeks.
Tulane coming to town, beg your pardon, South Florida coming to town for a Friday night ESPN2 tilt. For South Florida with wins over Boise State and the University of Florida this year. Thought to be one of the group of 5 contenders. Hawkins shaking loose, but a flag down at the 20.
This will be a big call.
Blaine Myrick.
It's a big call right here, Matt.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. First down. Game clock will start on the snap.
Oh, and that's big. Now the holding penalty backs him up. It's going to be a start on the snap for the clock. So they'll run a play. It'll be 2-minute timeout after that. And then basically it's going to be, can North Texas get a first down? And if they do, the game will be over.
Sort of on the edge of field goal range right now for North Texas.
Well, they were right here, Matt. In fact, they were about a yard closer, and they kicked a 43-yarder, which they missed.
Wide right.
Yeah.
In the first half. So if you're South Alabama, every yard here is paramount. 1st and 20 with 2:08 to play in a 6-point game in Denton. Hawkins streaking right, shakes through a couple of tacklers, still on his feet. Hawkins to the end zone. Unbelievable. 3rd touchdown to seal the deal in Denton. Seven touchdowns for Caleb Hawkins over the last 2 weeks. They keep the offense on the field for a 2-point try. Mestemaker over the middle. It is caught by Wyatt Young to make it a 14-point lead again for North Texas.
Well, how about Caleb Hawkins? Have yourself a day. Had 4 touchdowns a week ago. 3 today. You're slacking. 36-22.
Caleb Hawkins had one Division I football offer coming out of high school. It was North Texas. Came here as a little-known recruit, and all he's done is get better each week. 8 touchdowns this season, 7 over the last 2 weeks, 3 in this game, Dustin, and frankly, all 3 were SportsCenter top 10 worthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had to break minimum 3 tackles on every touchdown run that he had. Now, the one was a screen, but he basically ran that thing about 60 yards.
Michael Woods on the kickoff return is chopped down at the 25. Well, AT&T keeps us connected with today's best moment. He was in the foxhole earlier. Today, he's in the AT&T best moment. It's Caleb Hawkins.
Well, how can you not put this guy in every package that we have to highlight? I mean, this guy's been unbelievable today, Matt. It's fun to watch a player who's young, like Hawkins is, just a freshman, making the most of his opportunities. I mean, he's absolutely earning more playing time by his play.
Over 200 yards all-purpose rushing and receiving today for Caleb Hawkins. 2 touchdown deficit, 3 timeouts for South Alabama. And pass is incomplete, intended for Keenan Phillips. Drew Mestemaker, the former walk-on quarterback turned top 10 quarterback in the FBS this year, is 2 minutes away from helping North Texas reach its first 5-0 start since 1959. Heading into a bye week next week, and then South Florida the week after that. And should they hold on here, Dustin, they may very likely be a top 25 team next week. Receiving votes coming into today's game. Well, that sets up a major American Conference Group of 5 showdown against South Florida.
Oh, there's 2 weeks between now and that South Florida matchup on that Friday, October 10th. So depending on what happens with some top 25 teams in front of them, I mean, they absolutely could be in the top 25 by that second week of October.
3rd and 10 for Bishop Davenport. 3-man rush underneath and dropped off the chest of Jeremiah Jones-Thomas. And there's no other option here but to go for it on 4th and 10.
Now, that play, I sort of thought that maybe Davenport would just take off and go. There's quite a lot of room in front of him, but here they are again, 4th and 10. Time dwindling away for the Jags.
Davenport is brought down in the backfield. Trey Fields, the Sam Houston transfer, in his 6th season of college football, slams the door on this game in 10th.
Yeah, they bring pressure on this 4th and 10, and there's really nowhere to go down the field, and Davenport's forced to step up. I think he sort of loses the grip on the ball, is trying to throw it off to the right, nowhere to go. Hey, I give that young man a lot of credit. He fought hard today. I mean, it's just tough duty for your defense. You're down so many players, Matt, in terms of depth, especially in the back end. And then when it mattered most, I mean, they couldn't really make the critical stops on the ball carriers of North Texas. I mean, South Alabama have 3 timeouts.
Not going to use them. And so for the first time since 1959, North Texas will be 5-0. Boy, the average cost of gas that year was 31 cents. The Barbie doll debuted, and Alaska and Hawaii joined the 50 states in the U.S. And at that time, they were still playing in the Missouri Valley Conference as a Division II team. North Texas joined the FBS in the mid-90s. They have yet to have a 10-win season, but Starting 5-0 for Eric Morris will certainly help in that effort this year. Told us even with all the changes, replacing quarterback, running back, top 3 wide receivers, 3 offensive linemen, and then a handful of starters on defense. Felt like this team was deep, gritty, resilient. They showed all those and much more this afternoon. And North Texas remains undefeated with a statement win in their final non-conference game of the year.
Impressive performance by North Texas. First time you and I have seen them this year, Matt, in person. And I think they've got a chance to do something here in the American Conference. Big one coming up in a couple of weeks. Circle your calendar, folks. October 10th, right here in Denton, Texas. I think there'll be a pretty hefty crowd on hand for that one, partner.
They will take on South Florida in a battle for American Conference supremacy and a battle for a fast track to the college football playoff out of the group of 5. 5-0 for the first time in 66 years. North Texas continuing to defend its home field. For Dustin Fox, our entire ESPN crew, Matt Schumacher saying so long from Denton, where North Texas stays undefeated.